Three types of crankbaits. There's a floating crankbait, a suspending crankbait, and a sinking crankbait. I'm going to show you each one and explain them to you. A crankbait is a lure built with a bill. The crankbait has a built-in action already in it. By the cranking of the reel handle, as you turn the reel handle, the bait's action is imparted. So this is a crankbait, and this is a floating crankbait. You see the bill on the lip. So as you crank this bait, this will go down to a certain depth. All are different. Some are 1 feet, 2 feet. They go all the way down to 30, 40, 50, 60, and 80 feet. And once you stop the floating crankbait, it floats right back up. So you cast it out, you turn the reel handle, the bait cranks down with its action, you stop, and it floats back up to the surface. That's a floating crankbait. Here's a suspending crankbait. Looks almost the same, it's just a different color. This is the clown color. Again, you see the lip. Now with this bait, when you cast it out, you just let it sit and it automatically will suspend down in the water column. Each bait is different. This one happens to suspend about 14 inches. Some suspend 2 feet, 3 feet, some 10 inches. They're all different. Once it suspends at that water column, you crank the reel handle and the action is put into the bait. That lip provides the action in the bait. So this one is a suspending crankbait. Then you have a sinking crankbait, which some people will call a countdown. On this one, you cast it out and it'll continue to sink. If I don't crank the handle of the reel, the bait will sink all the way to the bottom. Once you get to the level where you think you want that bait to be out, so usually what I do is a count. If I want it down at 6 feet, I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'll start cranking the reel. The action in the bait is when you crank the handle. Again, it has a lip on it. Now, all lips are different. If you look at these crankbaits, I have a larger crankbait here, and this one has a very wide lip, and I'm going to show it to you like that. You'll see how wide it is. The wider the lip, the wider the wobble. The narrower the crankbait lip, the narrower the wobble. This one has a narrow lip. This one has a very tight wiggle to it. This one has a wide wiggle. It also has something to do with the depth. The length of the bill and the angle of the bill will tell you how far it goes down. This one goes down to about 25 feet. This one goes to about 30 feet. It's a deeper angle and a longer bill. But it's got a narrow wobble. This has got a wide wobble. Something very interesting in fishing, a lot of times in freshwater for bass fishing, in the wintertime, the kind of crankbait you want to use is a narrow wobbled one. So it has a very narrow lip because the narrow wobble is less aggressive. In the summertime or in the springtime or the fall, when the water is not so cold, a wider wobble, which is more aggressive, is usually better. That's a general rule that people use when fishing. Narrow wobble in the wintertime, and then during the spring, summer, a wider wobble.